back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode. I'm your host, B. Today we have a very interesting topic to discuss, and I used to be so guilty of this. So we're going to listen to Corey break this down, and then we'll come back and I'm going to tell on myself.
I want you to know, the main way to gauge a woman's ability to be respectful is how she communicates. Most women that I deal with are incapable of being quiet and listening. Let me break that statement down. When you out here and you trying to pick a partner, you need to get somebody that's respectable, that you can hold up in the air, and when it's all said and done, your legacy with that person is something that's worth showing off. If you have come to the realization that, and I'm talking about ladies, D, I would love your opinion on men as well. Mm-hmm. If you come to the realization that the woman that you are trying to build with is incapable of being quiet and hearing you out, that, my friend, is a major red flag in building for the future. Because if somebody can't listen to you when you talk, that means you're nothing to them. If they can't stop for a second, because let me tell you something. At her job, when Mr. Feinstein is talking, they shut the fuck up.
Say another motherfucking word and this shit is over. And I ain't playing, nigga.
When Mr. Feinstein is talking, they be quiet, they listen to what he has to say, and on top of that, they do it. But when Mr. Wigington is talking, he's not able to finish a sentence without hisses. She can't be quiet when you're talking because she doesn't respect you. And if somebody doesn't respect you, if you try to build with them, you're gonna lose miserably. Mm-hmm. So, all you men out there who are in a situation where you know this woman won't let you finish talking, trust me. Mr. Feinstein at her job, he gets to say what he want to say, and she sit at attention and listen to him. You, not so much. Why do you think that is? I mean, why do you think she doesn't listen to you?
She's not worried. She's not worried of losing him or breaking the relationship up.
Right.
Because when you are, you are on pins and needles, or you're more respectful, at least, in the very least, and you at least can hear somebody out. There's going to be a moment where you're going to be able to speak your piece, as they say. I know I myself am guilty of, I've been in situations in the moment where it might be something that is so wrong and it's hard for you to hold back or let the person finish because you're just like, wait, what? So I am guilty of that. And I've told the person oh, I'm sorry, I apologize, but it was so wrong at that moment that I could not even help myself. I'd be like, ooh. And I'd be like, hold on, let them finish what they gotta say. And it's really challenging sometimes, especially when it is just outright wrong.
Somebody says it means she has other options lined up. Lack of respect.
Could be a few things, but not specifically. I mean, it's each scenario is, different. So, yeah.
No. The reason Mr. Feinstein gets to talk to her and she gives him the respect and grace he deserves is because her money is on the line.
Well, I've heard even psychologists and psychiatrists say that, where they'll ask somebody, well, you couldn't help talking about, well, when you get pulled over, do you just run at the mouth to the cop? No, you just hold your tongue and you wait. You wait till what's happening. You don't right away start running off at the mouth. So
People start running off at the mouth at cops,
not as much.
especially people who are not black, because their fear of the cops is not the same. So the bottom line is this. If you're sitting there talking to a woman and she can't be still, she can't stop hissing, she can't stop talking over you, it's because you don't have the respect you deserve in that situation. And if you move forward in it, just understand there's a lot missing. It's not enough to build on. If somebody can't respect you, building on that is very difficult. Will she learn to respect you? Will you see a difference in her where she's like, he's absolutely right. I can't talk over him if I expect him to want to grow with me as a man. Now, if you got a little pushover dude, yeah, you talk over him, you can do whatever you want to do. He'll still marry you and take you in the kids you came with from somebody who don't give a fuck about neither one of y'all.
Damn!
Calico says, or she's just crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. I think most of the ladies that I've dealt with are fucking mental patients.
That crazy bitch out there again!
And this is what make me mad. This is what I want to say. The average woman doesn't think she's the average woman. You hear so many women say this. Them girls you be fucking with is crazy, or them girls, them weak bitches, or them what's the word? Low vibration women that you deal with? That's the new shit they say.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, y'all, that one was a trip right there. And I feel like it really resonated with me because I was this woman, and so many women fall in that same category. Women talk a lot. The average woman talks more than the average man. It's just the way it is. And then when you get older, you become a little more self-aware, or you get hit in the mouth. And then you realize, okay, I need to learn to shut up. Just like when I was younger, my mom would say, you talk too much, your mouth gonna get you in trouble. But when I got in my relationship, I was younger. I got married very young, so I wasn't as self-aware. And as I got older and I started to be more self-aware, I remember this conversation coming up. And I remember asking my husband, and you know how somebody don't want to tell you something, but they face telling you? And I'm like, oh shoot, I talk too much. And then my husband didn't want to say, shut up, you talk too much. But it was things that would happen. Like I would be at work and then I would come home and vent and then keep venting and just go on. And he's like, you just never gonna stop. Like you have to learn to let it go. You can't just, you know how somebody tell you something and then they might stop for a minute, but then they just keep on going and talking and you like, shut up. You're just repeating the stuff over and over again. At this point, there's nothing new to the story that you're telling me, and constantly saying it ain't changing nothing. But I've noticed that with women, with myself first, right? The correction started within myself, and that's how I can see it in other women. Like, you talking so much, your mouth hurt. Your jaws hurt. You said your mouth hurt. Steady talking. Your lips is dry. That white stuff. You're salivating. Look, go drink some water and just be quiet for a minute. Women talk so much. A lot of women don't know how to be quiet. They don't respect their man enough to be quiet. So let's go deeper into it. Let's talk about the fact that a lot of women not concerned with the consequences of losing their man. So they don't care about running off at the mouth. They don't care about as soon as he walk in from 10, 12, 16 hours. I remember when I was younger, y'all. I said I was going to tell on myself, right, in this video. When I was younger, my husband has always worked. Well, he worked on the roof for like 10 years. He was a roofer, right? And so back then, when we first got married, they didn't have all the Bluetooth and hands-free talking like they do now. And I would call him at work and just be, and he trying to restore a roof while holding the phone, but he was so good that it didn't cause him issues with his employment, but it was stressful. And when he finally told me, I felt this big because I didn't think I gotta say this, I gotta say that, and I'm gonna say what I got to say when you could just hold it till he get home from work because you live together. But when I found out how it made him feel like, yeah, I'm trying to work, but I gotta hold the phone and listen to you go off while I'm trying to work, I vowed to never be that woman, to never do that again to him, because I want my man to want to come home and want to be around me and not, oh, she nagging and saying this and that. So that was when I learned, right? I learned about me and my flaws and things that I needed to correct to be better, because I didn't get taught that. I didn't have a mother or grandmother who was married. My grandmother was married, but I didn't get that teaching, even though I feel like that's pretty common sense, but I just did it anyway. I did not care. And most women don't care. They be so selfish. All they think about is themselves. But, obviously I've grown past that point, right? Women, let's talk about how prideful women are. Arrogant to the point where a man is talking and you're so egotistical and you're wrong and you won't even shut up and humble down. The smacking the lips, the heavy breathing, like Corey was saying. And when it comes to a job, I don't really know about this from my own experience, but I've heard about it. And all I could think is when it comes to a job, of course, a woman gonna humble down because she don't want to lose her check, right? She got bills to pay, she got kids to take care of. So she'll submit and take the L and humble down to her manager or her boss. But with her man, it's like whatever, because some women don't see the black man in the same regard as they see a white man, especially if you paying all your own bills and things like that and the white man is your boss, right? And then I want to hit on women who like to challenge men, who want to almost go chest for but like bump chest and have a pissing match. Women who want to challenge men, jump up in men's faces, and then it's utter shock when a man responds with physical force. Even though I'm not promoting DV, I'm just saying a man only gonna go back and forth with his mouth for so long. Men don't argue like how women do, right? Things get physical. So that's just my observations within myself about cutting a man off. Like he's not even done speaking and you just constantly interjecting, and then some people can't even remember they thought, so now they done forgot what they said because you keep cutting them off. Just forgetting and not learning how to be a late, how to just, okay, even if the man, like Darlene was saying, sometimes we get so, the person's so wrong, say something so wrong to you, you like, oh no, wait, I gotta respond. And it's like, I get that, but it's a time and a place. Even the Bible says a fool uttereth everything, but a wise man holds it in. You gotta learn how to hold it in. Yo, man, we all know men ain't always right. They'll be wrong, and it's a way to do it and not try to be prideful and snatch that man's ego and pride, because that's a man, right? He has to have that. It's not, women don't need to be so prideful and I want to be right and show up. I want to one up my own man that I live with, as if that benefits you in some type of way. And then, lastly, being respectful. I feel like these go hand in hand. I mean, we see videos online, women disrespecting their man. I remember the thing I used to do, and my mother-in-law actually saw it, which was totally embarrassing. But this, putting your finger in a man's face, like when y'all arguing all of this, I'm telling y'all, I have came such a long way. I said, I'm gonna tell on myself, because these are points that I had issues with when I was in my 20s. And I'm just seeing these women who are in their 20s and older than me that still do these things. Like, you haven't evaluated yourself, looked in the mirror and say, I need to get better in these areas. I'm not as good in these areas where I should be, because it's not all about pleasing us. You want to please your partner too. But I'm gonna end the video here, y'all. Make sure you leave me a comment and let me know about some loudmouth women. I think they call them hyenas nowadays. Some loudmouth cackling females that you've dealt with. And the opposite, please, if you've had a woman who out the gate knew how to shut her mouth and be respectful. And then, of course, we all know some disrespectful females out here. Y'all ain't even gotta leave me a comment about that. I know that, right? But y'all make sure y'all drop me a comment. Let me know how y'all feeling about this one. And until the next time, I will catch y'all in the next episode. Peace out.